I'm definitely gonna be
All
using
right.
those.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming on by the stream. I am Razim, and this is Horizon Lost Mage World of Darkness 20th Anniversary Edition. The Moistening.
Etc., etc.
Did encourage me to be quite naughty.
Your voice is ambrosia.
I'm going to turn it over now to Kerr, I suppose, for the recap.
Sorry, I was chuckling at what someone said.
New subscriber. Come, steel yourself. We are building an army.
The pack did successfully arrive, by the way.
Excellent.
Our mages decided to try to get rid of the paradox that was infesting them. Paradox being when reality decides to punch you in the dick repeatedly for messing with it. And in doing so, they ended up summoning an archangel of the Lord, who basically told them they are trying to save the world by ensuring the least destructive end of the world apocalypse happens. Oh yeah, and God doesn't give a shit about the world anymore, so good luck, humans! He's rooting for you. And now, here you guys are, having taken care of those survivors that were sent to your home. Cody, they've been all taken care of and been helped out.
Oh, yeah, we had a bunch of traumatized folks.
A magnanimous
With all sorts of-
dispensation.
Nasty spirits attached to them.
$110, demon or fair folk?
I don't know what
Oh,
you're
dear.
talking about. Would you like to make
Well,
a
the
contract?
donation goal has been completed.
Also, the title for
danger.
the title for this is something I think every player in this game would understand. Because Toshime, you helped inspire this, so this is all on you.
Thanks, Toshime.
As you guys are recovering from the yes, that's right. Real quick, Moriarty, you are not on the server.
Oh,
It was amateur hour?
When Moriarty is involved, always.
No, there's something very important we need to talk about real quick.
was it?
Yes, I will sacrifice Moriarty's character to the demon.
No, not a demon.
Not a demon.
I will ascend.
But I have a question for you, sir. As we're waiting for you to get into the server,
What's the question?
how can you ascend when you already have, thanks to that delicious, wonderful soup?
Ah, yes, the soup. I forgot about the soup.
I
Has,
almost.
has everyone tried the soup yet?
I forgot about the soup. What was special about the soup?
The soup was the best soup that's
Everything.
ever been made.
The best soup in the
The
universe.
angel made it.
Yep.
Yes, Alexis and Reinhardt, I believe, I know for sure, have had the soup.
Mhm.
Portia had the soup too, but hated the fact that they had the soup. It hated the fact that it was perfect, and instead of opening their heart, they instead formed bitter resentment at their lack of perfection.
Yep, basically.
Sounds about right.
You,
as
you,
a war-
you've You flowers for Algernon to my taste buds. I will never be able to enjoy soup again.
Bum, 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 bum.
Ooh.
And no matter how much you call him a demon, Domino isn't one.
Mm,
But
Domino might be.
Reinhardt. Ring, 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 ring. The Marten
Telephone.
phone. Duke, 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 duke. Ring, 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 ring. The Marten phone.
Cody, I believe your phone is ringing.
Your phone is ringing, Reinhardt.
That's not my ringtone.
It is now,
It
apparently.
is now.
I pick up phone.
Duke.
Hello? Is this Reinhardt?
Yes, how can I help you?
We've met once before at Domino's party.
I use a big man who has the iron armor.
Yes. You can call
Very
me
good.
Leo or Leon, whatever is easier. That's one of the names I go by.
Yes, I recall.
Do you?
You are a private investigator, yes?
That is correct. Yes, I've been getting lots of business lately.
I'm not exactly calling you to hire you. More, I'm seeking a second opinion, and I believe your assistance as well as possibly your allies could be helpful in a case I am attempting to solve.
Well, I must be very clear that hiring my services does not guarantee the joining of my associates, but if they wish to come, they most certainly will be there.
It is a supernatural matter. I would take it as a personal favor if you all would assist me.
Ooh.
Very well, I shall have them informed on that, and that may, in fact, give
Our
a
decision.
greater chance to them being there.
Right. Thank you.
Where are we meeting?
I'll text you the address to meet at.
Very good.
All right, I should be there within the next 20 or 30 minutes if you would care to join me.
Yes, we. I shall speak to them, and we shall be there. Hopefully within the hour.
Thank you. I appreciate this. There could be quite a few people in trouble. So
I shall make sure that they are aware of the severity.
right, thank you.
Have a good one. And
Right,
he
you as well.
hangs up. All right, friends.
Oh God, what now?
The changeling that we met from Lord Domino's party is asking for our assistance in his own investigation. He says it was of a supernatural nature and that he wishes for our second opinion on said nature. He did state that if we would come and help him, it would be considered as a favor and he would be owing us one.
Intriguing.
Given
Yes,
that
but what if
it is
this is right alongside the demon's plans to make us help him
Not a demon.
bring about the apocalypse?
Quit calling him a demon. I know I would have lost my patience at this point, so his is probably wearing pretty thin.
He's
Well-
supernatural though, so he probably has infinite patience. But
Or
Yes.
potentially has worse. Or potentially when you reach the end of his patience, you don't know because you just get snapped out of existence. I like to not roll those kind of dice.
did Cody drink the soup?
Cody has not yet drinking the soup.
I think if Cody
Talking
drank the
about
soup, he would actually understand that this could not possibly come from the from the kitchen of a demon.
I know. That's the one that can drink the soup.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
I forget. Can I just like call upon the angel to summon more soup? Was it a thing? I feel like that was a
maybe.
thing.
Yes.
I won't do it now, but it's just something to keep in mind.
Good to know.
I
Reinhardt
just
just, like-
have a plan for if they try to make Cody drink it.
I just want Reinhardt to be carrying around a thermos of the soup.
Tactical soup.
Tactical soup.
Tactical soup engaged.
Better than
Oh no,
tactical
you're
bacon.
injured. Quick, drink this. It won't heal you, but it'll make you see things.
Oh no, it's pouring out of the hole in your stomach. Drink more.
Don't worry.
Well, I
can get
mean that works in Fallout. If you're drowning, just drink a crap load of water.
Seriously?
Yeah, because water restores health.
In Fallout 4,
True,
purified
good.
water is a healing item.
A good
So if you
point.
start drowning, you can restore health by drinking purified water.
Delightful.
It's the same logic in Sea of Thieves, where if you're drowning, just eat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because bananas can stave off drowning. That's what I have learned.
All sorts of fruit, including meat. Meat does it really good. I love
yeah.
meat. I like thick cuts of meat.
You,
The
you
bigger
take
the meat, the better.
you take a couple chunks of megalodon down there with you, and basically you have scuba gear.
Yes, with your life magic.
The megalodon I need is life magic.
Infused.
You got a text message.
Flip open the phone. What is the address?
It looks like it is outside the. Oh.
No,
Oh.
Kerr, what you should be doing is, bring up Google Maps, give us an actual address, and then we get to, use Google Maps to figure out, okay, that's where that is.
I'm not going to do that. Looking at it, this looks like it is outside of the
Imperial Plane.
No, this is near the oh boy. The mayor's home.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Well, that's probably not good.
I'm sorry, I'm just kind of... I'm getting a chuckle at the idea of just getting a text message to meet someone somewhere. And it's like, it looks like a perfectly normal address. You're not really certain what state that is. And then the next line at the address, heaven. Oh, okay. We're just gonna casually drive to heaven.
Where was the address marked to?
Yeah, just get on Interstate 15 and then hanging up.
The looks like it's the mayor of Empty Spring, Colorado's home.
Ah, interesting.
Well, that's probably not good.
We have work to do. I'm going to need to borrow a car, assuming that you are not coming with Cody.
Well, if it is with the mayor, then I suppose I should really attend.
Well, it is his address.
I'd be happy to join you as well.
I will have the limousine brought around.
Very good.
Suppose I should come along as well, but I have a couple things I need to tend to first. I'll get to those real quick.
Yeah, looks like fun.
What do I need to roll to use correspondence to just deposit Tanya's character into the car?
Why must you always do these things to me?
That would be Arete.
He's really looking for that paradox.
Please don't warp him somewhere where he will regret.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm kind of used to it at this point.
Doesn't mean I won't
By the way,
stop.
if we have higher arete or stuff like that, do we cure less paradox, or how do we?
No, you get more paradox.
How do you get less paradox?
You don't.
You don't.
You make it seem less obvious that something happened.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you become whatever it's called. I cannot remember the name of it.
A marauder?
Yeah, that.
You become absolutely batshit fucking crazy, and then the paradox goes to everybody else.
Exactly.
I don't recommend.
I don't know. Being crazy sounds fun.
Hashtag no, not recommended.
So should I wait for the roll here on the correspondence before attempting the thing that I was going to do?
No.
So the thing I was going to do is I was going to take care of the tending to the old man before heading out, and while I'm at it, try to draw quintessence.
Make an arete roll.
Alright, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the
Make an
D10,
arete roll
right?
followed by an artist roll.
No.
A what roll?
An artist roll.
Why art?
Because you're drawing it.
Does anyone have the authority to put Zim in the well?
I think I have the authority to put him in the atmosphere. Yeah, I can put him in the pit of death or the stratosphere, but nothing else for some reason.
Alright, so it's... get back here. Stupid
Did
dice.
Did you cut down on the streaming room timeout channels, or is that just me?
No, when he edited the permissions, he took those away from mods.
No, I know, but I feel like there's 1 or 2 less timeout rooms. There's the well, the lake, the pit of death, the stratosphere, the sun, the black hole.
I got a 1. I got 1.
Okay. That is enough.
No.
You are able to draw in 1 point of quintessence.
That's better than 0.
Better than nothing.
And trying to draw in more would take longer, and I've only got a few
Yes.
minutes, so...
To be fair, 1 point of quintessence is very, very big.
I know.
I need to step
And
away.
I-
I'll be right back.
And before long, the limousine shows up to pick you guys up.
While Cody is gone, I'd like to spike his flask of the soup.
Oh wait, so we were waiting on the limo to arrive?
Yeah. That's why you had time to tend to all this stuff and do all of it while you're waiting for the car to come around.
Could get 2 to-go cups from the coffee pot. 1 for myself, and then just hand the other to whoever wants it.
I spike it with the soup.
Like, no, you're not making caffeinated soup. Especially, wait, no, especially not with the magic coffee. We don't know what would happen. We do not pour the magic coffee into the angel soup. /brand new sentence. There is a to-go cup of magical coffee for whoever wants it.
What does the magical coffee do?
Gives you 1 point of quintessence,
Yes.
but you have to drink it while it's still hot.
Suck.
If once it goes cold, it loses the magic.
Suck!
You may get a point of
Did you say the max you can have is your avatar?
your avatar,
Or
yes.
5. Okay.
Yeah. So I currently have 2, and he just gained 1. I don't know how many he had before.
I had 2 before, now I have 3.
Nice.
It's a good thing my avatar is 5.
Okay. Moriarty, which character's yours again?
Reinhardt.
Yeah, Reinhardt Geistbrat.
Oh no.
Mhm.
So you do the voices so well that I can't keep track of that stuff.
If I do the voices so well, I would assume that they would be distinguishable.
Oh, they're very distinguishable. The problem is that I have a very hard time keeping track of people.
Ah.
So I think in terms of the characters...
I do have a lot of characters. This is fine.
Oh, Reinhardt with 3 quintessence. Somebody's day is going to get ruined.
Must be a couple people's days.
Once my arete reaches 5, there shall be much pain.
And then there's me, sitting with a whole bunch more.
Then you have more than 5 arete.
Once this baby hits 8 quintessence per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
I understand that reference.
What did you say, Toshima?
That I have a whole bunch more not arete, but quintessence.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. I was like, yeah, okay. Clears that up for me.
I'm assuming Zim can still hear me.
I'm going to assume that too.
As you guys pull out, it only takes it's about a 15-minute drive there before you're able to pull up. It's definitely in the richer, nicer part of town. A bit away from the manor. It's not quite that big, but it's definitely a larger, nicer home.
Do we see our contact?
Yes. He is not wearing his armor, though, but you are able to see the large lion-like man standing there. He has a very large duffel bag with him. And otherwise, he's just wearing a t-shirt and jeans.
When you say lion-like...
He is a lion. He is a literal lion when you look at him.
Nice.
Yet, when you look at him, you guys can also see like a double image on him that looks like a very burly guy. Big scruff of hair, kind of hanging down his back, beard. All of his facial hair and his normal hair is white, though. And his skin is very pale.
Be glad we're mages, otherwise we'd be inflicted with lunacy.
You can see you get the feeling that what you're seeing, this double image, the human form is what normal people see.
Yeah, I've kind of figured that that'd be the normal side of the coin. So I'm not avoiding eye contact, I'm just avoiding headaches. That's why I'm looking slightly off to your shoulder there.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting at a there's a little park nearby about, about 30 feet away from the house. You can see a park there, jungle gym, kids playing, all that kind of stuff. And you can see him sitting there with the duffel bag over one shoulder. It looks like he's just kind of waiting.
He's just chilling.
As the limo pulls up and parks. And when he sees you guys stepping out, he does kind of raise a hand and give a little wave.
Wave back.
And
After
he kind of...
Rhinestone, I mean Cody.
Not sure if Sim's back yet.
Not yet. He messaged me.
Yeah, I just couldn't resist the opportunity for the pun.
Why did you call him Rhinestone?
Because Cody's loaded. Well, somebody's got to get out of the car first.
The hell?
Okay, fine. I'll get out first.
No.
Come on, Cody. You have to get out of the car.
He's not yet back.
Ah, damn it. Actually, I was about to play. I have my own no card. I was going to play that, but it wouldn't let me because cooldown. Just gonna double down on the no. It would not let me. So what are we waiting on?
Ready to get back. Alright. I just got a message to go on without him for right now, so you guys can go ahead.
All right, we follow Cody out of the car.
Oh my freaking god.
What seems to be the trouble here?
Looks over at you guys.
Is all he does is he just looks?
He's kind of looking you guys up and down, just like double checking you guys.
Okay.
Before he kind of stands up, turns to face you. I needed your assistance because we have a bit of an issue that was brought to my attention.
Go on.
It's being kept somewhat quiet for now. You guys all have a party reroll, by the way. Hello,
Nice.
Octo.
Thank you.
Being kept quiet for right now, but the mayor's wife was recently taken to see a counselor at the moment. They are worried that she may have had a psychotic break.
Yeah, so I'm like a medical doctor, not a psychiatric doctor.
It's not that. I've already seen her so far. And that's what led me to contact you. What she was describing to me is she said that her 2 children and her husband were acting very strange and different than how they normally do, and that they looked wrong, looked like their bodies were just put together with straw and fabric, and they had no shadows.
Have you personally seen them since she's made that claim?
As subtly as I can, yes. And I believe that she is correct. That's why I need your help. I believe that her family was kidnapped by some sort of either one of the gentry or one of their agents, one of the fair folk.
Why is it always the freaking fair folk?
Because they're quite active here because the boundaries between our world and theirs is so thin, it makes it easier for them to survive.
That was a rhetorical question. We've just been having to deal with them a lot lately.
I wonder if the guy would know anything about this. I don't want to say his name. You know who I mean, though.
Yes, I do know who you mean.
The superb one.
That's yes, that would be the one.
The above par. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Don't say it. Unless you really want to bring him here, don't say it.
What do you take me for? Some kind of prefect?
Mm.
If I haven't
Oh
made
my
your
God.
eye twitch at least once per day, the day isn't complete.
That's one of the issues I have, and one of the reasons I contacted you guys is whatever being did this very likely is aware of me and my agents. They know what we look like, what we might do, which means they could avoid us fairly easily. And for
You
something
need
this
to
big,
you need to introduce a rogue element that they can't track and predict.
exactly.
Oh, we definitely are unpredictable. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
I was able to confirm enough that I believe what her story is. She says, I believe it's true, that her family was abducted. The mortals aren't going to believe it, but I want to try to get her family out before they're taken to Arcadia, as if they haven't already been brought there.
Okay, technically I am mortal. Just saying.
Would you be willing to help me with this?
Well, of course. Somebody was freaking kidnapped. Doesn't matter to me what species they are.
Sounds right up our alley.
This'll be an interesting little jaunt.
You have any clues on where they might have gone?
Not necessarily, but I do know that there is a goblin market near here. Very likely, if they were taken from home, which is likely what happened, from what I was able to find out, that's likely where the culprit would have gone next. So,
The Goblin Market?
Oh, apologies, you don't know about that necessarily. It's a market basically where you can buy and sell basically anything or anyone.
Ah, so slavery.
One of the many things, yes, they do sell changelings sometimes. Me and my people do our best to try to liberate as many of them as we can, but violence is not allowed in the goblin markets. Or I should say, no unauthorized violence is allowed.
That sounds better.
Yeah, they are more than they have bouncers who are more than willing to crush your skull if you cause problems. So we can't just waltz in and free everybody. We still have to obey the rules of the markets.
Otherwise, she'll get visited by Mr. Pinch.
Bad things happen. Very bad things happen. But if this was a fair folk who did it, odds are they could already be in Arcadia, possibly. If it was a changeling, like I suspect it might have been, then it's 50-50 if they might be in the market or not. But that's probably going to be the easiest place to even search for clues.
So it sounded like you needed us for a second opinion.
I'm not really much of an investigator necessarily. I'm more sent to do something and then I do it.
Smiles, everyone! Smiles!
This is like some great fantasy.
Tanya Sapien has purchased 1 general cards and reactions packs.
Thank you,
Didn't
Tanya.
realize that it would narrate that.
Everything is narrated all of the time.
Indeed.
And
ooh, I like all of these cards.
Your voice
Like
is
a
ambrosia.
rare and an epic.
Portia?
Yes.
Do you think if you got a look at one of the kids, you could check their soul?
Possibly. I could definitely check. However, depending on what I might find, it might know that I'm checking.
Mhm.
So I would need to definitely make sure that I've got someone there who can, like slap the crap out of it.
Yeah, that's what we're for.
Well, if you know what the soul looks like, you'll know what we're looking for in the markets.
This is very true. So I'm going to be the bloodhound on this one.
If you wouldn't mind.
If we're able to see the children.
I'm not sure if I'd be able to do that necessarily. But you could try going up to the door, or if any of you... He kind of looks at Cody a little bit. If any of you know the mayor, you might be able to get close enough to do that.
Still not back yet?
Yeah, he's still not back yet. Julie! Do the thing.
There's no Warren Bossing say?
Mhm. I understand that reference too.
When the door get on the floor, everybody do the dinosaur.
Everybody get up, get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur.
So to reiterate,
Or not to do to walk the dinosaur. Damn it!
the current situation is that the mayor's wife has been captured?
No, the kids.
No, the
kids.
The mayor and the two kids.
The mayor and the kids, yes.
And the
Okay,
wife kind of went a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and worry when she realized what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
When she was able to see the magic.
Well, she didn't necessarily go crazy then. She just went... What's the word?
Magically afflicted?
Enlightened.
Yeah.
Some mortals can sometimes see it.
I'm back,
Yeah, and I
sorry.
can see how that'd be exceptionally
Welcome
jarring for a sleeper.
Alright, so...
Kerr, are you signed up on their website?
Yes, I am.
Alright.
But I did not get anything yet.
That has to be sent out manually.
Oh, okay. I was
That's
looking at it while I was doing this.
That's a gift pack instead of a automatic. It's something that I give out for free.
I was trying to help.
I appreciate it.
So the mayor and his kids were abducted. Wife went...
And...
Just the kids.
Real quick.
Just
Oh,
the
the mayor
kids.
too. The mayor as well.
Real quick,
Okay,
thank
so
you
the mayor
very
and-
much for the card pack purchase, Tanya.
No.
That's the big danger, is the mayor himself might have been taken. And if that happens, that means someone supernatural is getting their fingers into the mayor. That can throw the whole balance of power out.
Hold on, this is a PG-13 stream. We don't need details like that.
Thank you.
Perfectly timed Wilhelm scream.
Anyways, so the mayor and his kids have gone missing, potentially kidnapped. The current lead is the Goblin Market, just because it's probably the most likely place, but we don't necessarily know. This big guy here has been sent. Who has he been sent by?
He didn't say.
You could ask him.
I will ask him.
He has been sent by the Dawn Court.
The Dawn Court. That's a vampire thing, isn't it?
No.
Nope.
Changeling.
Fairfolk. Changeling.
Okay.
He is the champion of the Dawn Court, the Court of Hope and Change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to clarify, the mayor and the kids that were kidnapped, are they human?
Yes, as far as you know.
For
as
right
far
now.
as you know.
Why
Yeah,
does the
for right
Dawn
now.
Court?
Ugh.
Why does the Dawn Court hold special interest in this situation?
The Dawn Court believe in hope as the most powerful emotion and promoting hope and change in humans and in the world. He himself, as he would be happy to tell you, especially likes to strive to protect people and to help them as much as he possibly can.
Okay, so
That's
he's
about as noble as ambitions can get.
he's doing the right thing. How does he know about their abduction?
When he heard about the things that the wife was saying, when that stuff kind of started trickling through his contacts, he immediately went out to talk to her, and that's where he realized she wasn't crazy. What she was describing was what is called a fetch. When a fairfolk or a changeling that is working for or with a fairfolk takes a human, they take their shadow and turn the shadow into the person. So no one will even realize that the person is missing.
Interesting. So we don't know necessarily how long he's been missing.
Mm-hmm.
And the fetch has a part of their soul.
Yes. But they also, to someone who's looking at them and knows what to look for, specifically like supernatural sight or some such, they can see that the person isn't entirely human, that their body is made out of things. They still think they are the person. As far as they know, they are the person. They are just living their normal lives.
Oof.
A fetch does not realize necessarily that they are supernatural until they are faced with their doppelganger. That's when they might realize that something is up. That's also when they can develop special abilities too, when they realize that. But otherwise, for all intents and purposes, the fetch is the person. They are identical from the moment that they were separated. They sometimes might act a little differently because they don't have a full soul, so some of their demeanors might change a little bit, but on the whole, normally they'll usually be fairly similar, enough that most people won't usually notice too much out of the ordinary.
And does anyone
Okay.
in our group know the mayor?
Okay, Moriarty, I'm gonna need you to back me up. I'm gonna go in there and talk to the talk to the kids and tell them.
Yes, Cody does know the mayor.
Okay. So yeah, I think the idea was to have somebody view the kids and see if we can kind of get an idea for what the actual soul looks like. Try to track him down.
So I can't yell at the not kid.
Wouldn't be recommended.
You could, but you might get thrown in jail.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
But her a toy.
Do you think there might be any lingering indication of the ones who were here?
You guys would know you could probably try to use magic to do that. It depends on what you're going to try exactly to do, but you could attempt to do so if you could do it subtly or without the mayor knowing, or if you got permission to do something to investigate it.
By the mayor, you mean the fake mayor, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, the mayor doesn't know anything is wrong.
Yeah, as far as the mayor, that's why I said the mayor. He is, for all intents and purposes, the same person.
Until he knows that he isn't.
Think fast, Kerr, because Randa's cause him is smooching you.
Oh.
No! Yeah!
I figured the best way to use that new card was that.
E. Hmm. What do we do with the mare that's here when we
Leave him.
find
The real one?
Normally,
yes?
what a changeling would do is murder them and take their lives back.
Is there a way we can like
We
siphon
can
its
merge them
memories?
back. We can merge them back together.
Would that basically make it so that he was like never gone?
He has no idea. No changeling has ever done that, as far as as far as he knows. As he would explain, normally what a changeling does is either abandon their old life altogether or murder their doppelganger and take their life back. Or the third choice is get murdered by their fetch, and the fetch gets rid of their body.
Well, Fetch has like a shard of their soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that I could do some soul mumbo jumbo to merge to get the shard back in?
You could try.
But you have to convince them, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to convince them. They just need to be in the same place.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to convince them. You just have to have a decent amount of rope.
Decent amount of rope, maybe some chloroform.
Do you have correspondence in case one runs away?
Do you have... Wait, does chloroform work on a fetch? These are important questions.
I mean, I would hope so, because if a fetch is just a human but better, then there's the whole slew of issues that
they tend to be mortal, yes.
Biological?
For the most part, it's when they have kids that it gets really awkward.
The fetch is convinced they're mortal, so mortal things affect them.
Yeah,
that's fair.
As far as a changeling knows, as far as the fetch knows, they are that person. They are a basically almost perfect duplicate. However, again, I will say this real quick. A fetch doesn't always end up that way. It depends on the way they're made. Some fair folk usually like making an exact doppelganger, so they don't have to worry about anyone causing trouble for them. Others like to make a little psychopaths. It usually kind of depends on the changeling. From what you're hearing here, though, this sounds like you're dealing with an exact duplicate situation.
You know, they're trying to make it seem like nothing's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Not to distract, but my Alexa just pointed out that apparently today is Air Conditioning Appreciation Day.
Well, I definitely appreciate the air conditioner that's right next to me right now.
Yeah, I appreciate mine.
I definitely appreciate mine, but why is that a thing?
Yeah, it seems like there's a day for everything nowadays.
Because it's the days of summer, first days of summer.
Oh, summer just started?
Days of summer.
I was gonna say. Wait, summer
it's
just started. Yeah.
Technically, it's been about a week.
No, it's been pretty hot here for. It's been summer summer.
The summer solstice or equinox, whichever one it is June 21st. So technically, summer started on June 21st.
Practically, though. For some of us, at least.
Okay, so officially speaking, for astronomical seasons, summer starts June 21st and goes until September 20th, which is weird because you don't really think of September as summer.
No, you do here. We're hot through October most of the time.
So, quick note, real quick, that Leo would warn you about. If you bring a fetch to its doppelganger, if they meet, you will automatically unlock the fetch's abilities. They will instantly gain power when that happens. And some of their powers can be extremely dangerous. He has once seen a fetch summon a fairfolk to attack the one that was going after them.
Now, do they have to be aware of the proximity to their physical counterpart?
They have to see each other.
So
Blindfold.
blindfold is sufficient.
If they are made aware of the other, like if they hear their voice, that can be enough.
Plus, taking around a blindfolded child probably wouldn't play very well with the mundanes.
Yeah. So like he's just warning you, like if you find them and bring them back here, you could be dealing with like dangerous things.
Okay, blindfolded child, yeah, instant red flag. But a sleeping child.
True.
I have a wide variety of sedatives, and I know how to get the proper dose.
We can deal with that when the time comes.
Yep.
Yes.
For now, let's try to get a glimpse of the children, so at least y'all can. I'm not an expert in the souls thing, but
I have 5 tranquilizer paintballs left.
Hopefully that won't be necessary for a while.
Alright, so how would you guys like to try to go about this?
Well,
I'm gonna be honest. I am a little lost on. I mean, I understand the situation. I'm just confused on what we can or should do about it.
Well, our current lead is the Goblin Market, where anything and everything can be sold all the time.
And if we can get a good look at the fetches, at least at the soul or whatever, then we can use that to get a scent on what we're after.
So what we should do is we should try to get a meeting with the mayor, because that should be the mayor's fetch.
Also, DM going to give a little help to new players. You can also use time magic to review the scene and see what actually broke in to do this.
Oh, do we have time?
Yes. You have someone who specializes in time magic.
I thought that was like one of the only spheres we didn't have.
I got 4 in time, buddy.
I have 2 in time.
I got.
Yes,
Oh, I thought I had 1 in time, but no.
I didn't know I could view past events though. That's pretty useful.
Oh yes, you can view past or future events.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna kind of focus my mind into my time gem and try to rewind.
Do you have correspondence? Do you have correspondence?
I don't.
Okay, so you would
Cody does and could help with his correspondence.
Yes, Cody does have.
Yeah.
Do you have time 1?
I have time 2, but I don't have correspondence.
I do not have time.
What spheres do you have, Cody? Correspondence.
Correspondence 4, entropy and forces 2, life and matter 1.
You 3 working together, Cody, Alexis, and Portia. You guys would be able to work together to attempt to do the viewing from outside to the inside of the house.
How long ago did this event happen?
You're not sure, which is why you would have to you would have to hit rewind.
Which was what I was expecting to do.
So basically you would see everything in reverse.
So the concept I was going to go with here for going back in time with the watch would be manually adjusting the time backwards and then letting it start ticking to show what had happened back at that point in time. As far as actually ticking backwards,
you would be able to do that. Yes, you could.
Just staying within the context of the focus, making the watch tick backwards, I don't think would be like an option.
That would work.
All right.
Yep, that would work. All right, each of you give me an arete roll. So, Reinhardt, you have your gem. Portia, you have your watch. Cody, what is your focus for your correspondence?
All of his magic is through his wrist computer thing.
Okay.
It's just different apps on there.
Okay.
The correspondence, It's an app he developed called Cody's on.
I just imagine you projecting a little image of the room onto, or like an image of the inside of the house onto the ground.
Oh my, no, it's the holographic replays like in Cyberpunk.
Yes. That's what I was thinking. It's like Cody is providing the bones for where the projection is going to go. Portia, you're helping Reinhardt, or not Reinhardt, sorry, Alexis basically lock onto the moment, and Alexis, you're the one hitting play and actually basically providing the software to do this.
Sounds good.
All right, Cody, I need an irritate roll.
Right, I need to do that.
Yes. Mages are scary when they're allowed to work together. This is why
as long as they know what they're doing.
Yes. It's like, this is also one of the reasons why it's like...
Well, they can be quite scary with they don't know what they're doing. It's just more deadly, too.
Yes, it is.
And what was it that Alexis was doing?
He's the one who's actually basically powering this. Yeah. He's the one setting up the link to the past so you guys can see it.
Link to the past.
I like it. So Alexis, Cody, Portia, and since you're doing a projection of it, Reinhardt and Warren, you guys can watch this as well. It looks like it was last night this happened. You heard the sound of a window breaking. And you see a group of people. One of them looks to be you're not sure exactly what that thing is. Its body is vaguely avian, is what I would say. Very long limbs and talons on its hands and feet. And its head is backwards and upside down.
That's weird.
And it looks like it's directing a group of canine-like creatures after it looks like the father and two kids. And these canines are big. They are about the size of a person almost. Big, muscular beasts. And there's no fight. There's nothing they can do before they just get crushed down into the ground and grabbed. Alexis, give me another Arete roll.
Oh, come on. Do I need to use a willpower?
Champion returns.
Would you like to? You have a free reroll. You guys,
let me try that community reroll.
Go for it.
Come on. Some better. That is much better.
Holy crap, that's better.
I'll take it.
You almost miss it. But as you're watching this scene, you get the feeling you see it. There's someone else in that room as well. Not just this thing and those dogs. There's another person in the room. Hands in his pockets. Watching this. It looks to be around late 20s, if you had to guess. Black pants. T-shirt. Same black color as the rest of his clothes. And he's watching this going on. He was... It's strange. You should have been able to see him immediately, but it was really difficult too. And as you're watching these kids screaming and crying and getting dragged out of the house, you see this person looking up directly at you, Alexis. Before you see him pull his hand out of his pocket, reach up, and blow. And suddenly, Alexis, it feels like someone just punched you in the face as the entire spell just breaks down. You're not hurt, but like that was feedback of someone knew you were watching through time and basically said, no, not anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to relay that to everybody.
Remember what I said about disliking Fae folk? I show you Exhibit A.
Oh boy.
I've known too much. So you got a view of the captors, right?
Oh yeah, you saw that they were having dinner, they were talking, they were all being happy. All of you could see that. And then these things just broke through a window and just went to town on them and then started dragging them out. Screaming, crying, and begging. And then you didn't see what happened after that though. The connection was broken beforehand.
And I'm assuming that whoever or whatever that thing is probably made it so that we can't reestablish the connection. That particular fold in time has been stapled shut.
Well, at least from here.
Alexis, you would know you could try. The thing is, time is, even if it's something you do in the future to someone, even if someone tries to do something to you from the future, you can still interact with it from now. So if you try to view that same scene again, he's going to know that you saw that and that someone else could try something else.
Yeah,
he could be ready.
The words you just said over the announcement thing.
Yeah, say it again.
Basically, this guy is now aware of you. He doesn't know your exact time frame probably, but he knows someone looked into the past from the future and saw this.
If we were to try again, it would probably.
He is aware of you now, and he was able to interact with you.
Well, I'm guessing he wouldn't be able to, or he would stop the viewing quicker, but we might be able to get an idea.
Or he might be able to do something.
I think it's more along the lines of the first time was a warning shot.
Your head is still throbbing a little bit, Alexis, from that hit.
Yep.
You don't know,
right?
Yeah. You don't know if he might try to send a fireball next time.
Okay, I have painkillers, but I don't have brain reattachers.
Fair. Okay.
The issue here is where you don't know, he doesn't know anything about you, but you don't know anything about him.
Right, but he might if we tried to view it again.
Correct. That's the danger here.
We got what we came for.
Yeah, we might want to try again at the Goblin Market if that's the.
That would likely be safer. Because then he would not necessarily be aware of it happening at that point in time. Because if you tried to reestablish the connection here, you're basically trying to do it right from where you left off. And at that point, he literally just punched you in the face. He might have another punch ready to go.
So I wasn't thinking about doing it right here, but maybe. Well, I guess they wouldn't necessarily drive to the Goblin Market, so we should probably just go to the Goblin Market and try it again.
First things first, did you get a description of the assailant? Reiner's gonna flip open.
You all were able to see that. You were all able to watch it.
What is his description?
Black clothes. It's about all we got. Late 20s.
Yeah,
and he definitely has some powerful magic.
You weren't able to get a super clear view of him.
Okay, so it's not necessarily black clothes, but we weren't able to see the actual color of his.
Correct.
Okay.
Black clothes, you said late 20s?
Pants and t-shirt in late 20s is about all I can get from his description.
Yeah, you weren't able to really make out any identifying marks on his face or anything.
Sorry.
Also, he was taking. It seemed like he was taking precautions to avoid anyone noticing him. The fact you
He was
noticed
definitely
him.
shrouded.
The fact you noticed him was a big deal.
Was he? Could we get his skin color, hair color, or anything like that?
No,
I don't think so.
that stuff was puzzled out.
Okay, so
I
we still got.
wonder.
I still have someone I need to investigate. By the way.
See, this is why you need holograms that aren't monochrome, because then we could get colors out of it.
Oh no, everything else was in color.
Yes,
He was
this
just-
guy was being shrouded. He was actively concealing his presence.
He's the only one that was rendered in black and white.
Yep.
They're blocking our transmissions.
Mm.
That can only mean one thing: invasion.
Yeah, you guys were able to get perfect, crystal clear HD viewing of this scene that was going on. Perfect detail, except for him.
Which is a big deal.
Oh, yes.
Also, you guys would be. This would be fairly obvious, but I just want to make sure. This was basically probably this would have had to be someone like a mage to do what he did.
At the very
Or a
least.
Fairfolk.
Fairfolk wouldn't be able to have this type of power.
Really?
No, this doesn't approach.
He was able to use magic against you.
Yeah, he used time magic to hit you. Fairfolk can't do that.
We are dealing with another mage.
Who was working with whatever that bird thing was and those dogs.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
You're gonna relay all of this actually to our benefactor, the guy who hired us. What was his name again? I'm sorry. And
Leo or Leon
Leo,
is
okay.
the name he usually goes by around these parts, but with changelings they can have quite a few names.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's understandable.
Leon feels
see
like
how
a really uninspired name for a lion.
He didn't choose it.
relay all this to him and see if he has any ideas of who this rogue mage, or I guess just a mage, because we're all kind of rogue, but ask him if he has any idea.
Quick question.
Yes.
This is a bit of a tangent, but Benneret, that was the guy that we investigated with the basement, right?
That was
Benrick.
yes.
Okay, I
do
can
have
cross
a
him off
new
my list then.
community reroll.
Yay.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much.
Good.
Those are very valuable.
What did you say again? My brain got a little scrambled there for you, Alexis. What did you want to do again?
Oh, what did I want to do again? Oh, I wanted to relay all this to Leon and ask if he has any idea of who it could have been, given that kind of rundown.
Not this man in black. I don't know that. The other ones, yes, I do recognize them. They're a privateer band. They're mercenaries who work for the highest bidder, as far as I know. We've been trying to catch them for a couple of years now.
Name of the organization?
They're a small band. They run in little groups. Privateers are what we call them. They are changelings who work for the fair folk in exchange for clemency and avoiding being dragged back to slavery. Usually, half of them are victims, half of them embrace the life.
So fair folk are working with a mage at the very least.
If the ones that you saw, the ones that were there, those were changelings. I know who they are. I've dealt with them before. I've never been able to put them down or stop them. They've always been able to slip away. They're good at that. But I know who they are. I know their names. Well, not their true names, but I know what names they go by.
What led you to believe that it was the fair folk that were behind this?
Fetches showing up.
Okay.
That's
Can mages create
that's
fetches?
theoretically anyone could if they knew how to do it. If they made a contract to do it, especially they could do that. I don't know what sorts of things you mages can necessarily do, so I can't say definitively if you can or cannot do it.
We make like an Arcana roll or something to tell if we could.
I can tell you a mage with prime magic and life magic could.
Yeah. A mage could do it. There's very little that a mage can't do given enough time and bullheadedness.
If
So
you remember, if you remember, we made a sort of simulacrum before to lure away that.
True.
In this case, you're just making a sentient one.
Right.
So in that case, we're likely dealing with a mage that has time, life, and prime. You said.
If it was him, yes. You did not
Prime
see
time.
who made
Right. That's what I was kind of
fetch,
asking.
though.
Yeah.
These privateers, they could have done that. They would have had the backing by a fair folk to do it.
Yeah, I was clarifying if there was anything in specific that could have pointed at the fair folk, but just creating a sorry, I keep forgetting there. What was the name of the fetch? Thank you.
The fetches are they're sort of the hallmark of the fair folk.
Right.
That's what they do whenever they take a victim to ensure that they can keep things quiet.
But it could just be a ruse. Set us off the trail.
Mm-hmm.
When it's
Is this the origin of the word fetch? Just curious about that. If that's the origin of the word fetch, etymology and all that. No, just a thought. Because when you go to fetch something or to fetch somebody.
Yeah, perhaps it's creating a duplicate to go and do your errands or something.
It's to basically make sure that no one comes looking for their new servant, or that if the changeling somehow escapes, they have nothing to run back to. But
not that kind of fetch, Timber.
The bird that was there, Avalis is his name. He is one of the beastkin. He's similar to me. He's taken on the form of a bird. Same with his two underlings.
I feel like we've come across that name before.
So has he always been in need of a chiropractor?
Trust me, you don't want to see him up close. He is very dangerous in melee range. I've seen a lot of people die to his claws.
I would say all of you are pretty dangerous in melee range, but
depends on the kind. His companions, Canis Major, Canis Minor. Yes, it's silly, but the names have power, and it gives them a power boost.
Are those constellations?
Yes.
Are.
Yes.
That's why they took that as their title, their name, because the reference to that can help give them a power boost. They made contracts with things, so the grapevine goes. So I don't know exactly what, but believe me, they are almost worse than him.
Bad news.
Avalis can at least be reasoned with. He is always after profit and ensuring that any issues are taken care of. He's not one to cause havoc for the sake of havoc. That's bad for business, as he would say. I've been able to reason with him a couple of times, and I've even had him help me on a few rare cases. because he looks out for himself first and foremost.
Interesting.
But Major and Minor, they just like causing havoc and death. But they're so strong that Avalos puts up with it. And he also seems to have a chain on them, so he can keep them under control.
Gotcha.
If they're involved, the rest of their group probably is as well.
Lovely.
And that means they're probably somewhere near the Goblin Market or somewhere here in town. The issue is I don't know what they were necessarily hired for or what else they might be trying to do.
I think we got all the information we need. We can go to the market now. Are we done here?
Unless
we're
you
done
wanted
here.
to talk to the fake mirror.
I would. I mean,
True.
what information would there be to gather? I mean,
The soul.
You didn't even think anything happened.
shard
Anything
that
happened.
we
Oh yeah,
can-
we need to view the actual kids
and the mayor.
and the mayor.
Well,
What pretense can we use to get them out here?
Cody already knows what the mayor looks like.
Oh, can we just say
the
Cody's
mayor-
come to say hello?
I've said that before.
Yeah, just say Cody's out here to say hello.
Troll,
Shake
you
his
heard
hands.
about his wife.
Yeah, I heard about his wife's troubles.
The mayor regularly joins me, usually about once a month for dinner anyways. You know, I can just go in and say hello.
weird
good to
flex,
me.
but okay.
What, Tanya?
Said weird flex, but okay.
It's not a
Do you wanna
matter
try
of
doing so?
flexing, it's just how it is.
Do you want to head over there, Cody?
Name dropper.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Where's the random Martin? There it is. Man,
The-
it went down in price. Awesome.
The door opens.
Joke.
And Cody, you see your old friend Alexander there. And that thing is not Alexander.
Is parkour. Internet sensation of 2000.
It doesn't have eyes.
Pretty impressive. The goal is to
Its face looks like empty. And its body is like almost kind of sagging, like it's half stuffed with like stuff. But to a normal person, they would see a normal person. Like he doesn't even seem to notice like there's anything wrong at all or anything.
This is your mayor on drugs.
This is your
Remember,
mayor
kids,
on.
methamphetamine is bad for you.
And you see this like big black void just open up in its mouth as it smiles. Oh, Cody, so great to see you. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were coming to visit. Otherwise, I would have prepared. Tell me, what brings you by? I've been so busy dealing with everything that's been going on.
Alexis trying really hard not to hyperventilate.
Not a problem, not a problem. I simply heard about your wife and brought some friends that might be able to assist.
Oh, yes, that. I think the stress of the re-election campaign was getting to her. She tried to take so much on, and I was worried she was going to push herself too hard, and this is on me.
Oh, I'm sure it's not a big problem, but we can see what we can do to help either way.
Yes, of course. I truly appreciate the sentiment, Cody. Thank you. She's seeing the best doctors at the moment. I made sure of that. I wouldn't allow anything but the best for her. But no, where are my manners? Please come in. All of you are more than welcome to. You know, he actually seems fairly decent.
Except for the holes in his face.
Stress-induced hallucinations, they aren't unheard of, but they aren't. It's much more common that they're induced by something. Has she been on any sort of medications lately? Anything that could potentially
She
cause...
has been. She has since childhood said that she sometimes saw things, not things that were normal.
Potential schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm. But she's always striven to keep it under control, and she is one of the strongest women I have ever known.
But the stress of the re-election campaign may have aggravated her existing condition.
She worked her harder than even me to try to make sure everything went well, to take care of the kids, to ensure that they could have normal childhoods. That's she did 1,000,001 things. And I kept telling her that she needed to relax, she needed to take some time for herself, she needed to take breaks. But she wouldn't listen because she was too worried about me.
Yeah, I'm sure that taking a break, walking away from things, they can leave you feeling like a new man afterwards.
What you know about Alexander, like common knowledge for him, is since he took power about 4 years ago, he has really worked to clean up Empty Springs and to really help the economy and build the city up. The supernatural factions quite enjoy him for the most part. Pentex is a little annoyed with him because he's kind of undoing all the harm they're doing. But like the vampires like it because it gives them higher class places they can stay at. More people are coming to the city. The technocracy are finding great investment opportunities in the city to build laboratories and new places to increase their power.
One of those guys that you can't help but like.
Yeah, so it's like the supernatural factions are all basically like, this guy is off limits. Like that's one of the things is there's a Cold War in this place that no one really fucks with anyone because of Alric, but all of them kind of agree if anyone goes after this guy, there's going to be fucking hell to pay from everybody. Because if someone tries to get their hooks into him, like outside of like normal mundane political means, which I mean the vampires are more than willing to do, of course, then they're going to have a problem. And all the factions usually keep a little bit of an eye on him that's one of the reasons like he instantly knew that something was up. Because he recognized this. But this could set off a war possibly between the different factions.
Which is no bueno.
Yes, if this gets out and there isn't someone to basically pay the price, this could be this could set off a war in the city. It has the potential to do that.
Going on the record as saying that although it would be avoiding a war, I will not pick up Pariah unless we have adequate evidence.
Oh no. They very much would be like you know who did this. You saw who did this. You know exactly the people responsible for kidnapping the mayor. But if you can't catch them, well,
we're
in that case,
ones to see him.
One faction could accuse another faction that, hey, you did this and you're hiding the evidence. Or, hey, you're doing this.
What I'm saying is, just because we know who did it doesn't mean necessarily that we would be bringing them down. I'm saying, like, would we really sink low enough to pick a random person to frame for it just to ensure the peace?
Half the factions would, yes, if it came down to that.
Could we say that the individual who did this isn't associated with any given faction because all the factions kind of like him?
You have the issue there, and this is knowledge you guys would know. they might not let logic and such do things. They might use this as an excuse.
Never
Like-
let logic get in the way of a good profit margin.
Like, say there's a werewolf who really hates a certain group of vampires and wants to get at them, but they can't do it without breaking the truce. They could use this as an excuse to accuse the vampires and go after them.
Gotcha.
So
This is the very petty cut off your nose to spite your face crowd.
yes, yeah, not all of them, and most of the leaders are usually willing to try to compromise to keep the status quo going. But there are definitely going to be agitators in the groups who could break the peace and set off a war, possibly. That's the danger if the mayor isn't returned, or if this gets out and becomes common knowledge. Right now, it seems to be fairly hush hush. So far, at least.
Yes, a puppet like this can be manipulated much easier.
Yes. Also, you don't know if this who the fair folk who made him could exert things on him. So he might not necessarily have all of his free will, even if he doesn't realize it.
If the Furfolk are at fault.
If they are at Volt, yes. You do know there is a mage in the mix here. And that's not normal.
Well, none of this is really normal.
This is true. To be fair, out of most things, though, this is actually kind of normal. In the world of darkness, this sort of thing is kind of normal. The vampires do this kind of shit all the time. Abduct leaders, take them over, seduce them, turn them. They do it all the time. This is well within their playbook to do. Not necessarily these other groups, though.
Friggin' vampires.
Well, fair folk, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yes, would you like to see the kids? They've been a little quiet since their mother had her
I was
outburst.
about to ask.
Yes, right this way, right this way. And he will lead you guys over. To what looks to be a pair of kids watching TV, around 5 or 6 years old. They have no eyes. They have no real mouth, just that black void.
Oh no, my mother was right. It did rot their eyes out.
Their bodies are very emaciated and pale, almost like corpses.
Emaciated, by the way.
Yeah, emaciated, sorry.
It's okay.
And they both look over at you as you guys come in.
Hey, kid.
Hi there. Hi.
Hey, look, it's Cody.
Hey,
Hey,
there,
Cody.
How you two doing? You holding up okay? I heard about what happened.
The one on the left. Cody, you know them, Jacob and Joshua. Jacob is a little bit more withdrawn as he kind of looks down. Mom got really upset and started saying that we weren't real. And then she pushed Josh down.
It's okay. You're not. I'm kidding.
Your mom's just been under a lot of stress lately. You ever been like really, really tired and you got a little bit confused about what's going on around you? She's just going through a little bit of that right now, just a grown-up version of it. She'll be fine though.
Mm-hmm. That's what Dad said, that she had problems and she was doing too much stuff and it hurt her, but she's getting better now.
This is why getting to sleep at a good time is important, because if you go without sleep too long and you push yourself too hard, it eats at you until you end up like that, and you really do need to get your rest when you can.
We
Remember,
do.
Yeah.
We try.
Yeah, I know that it can be a little bit hard when you're got stressful stuff like this going on, especially when your mom and dad are such busy people to begin with. But you know, it's times like this, they feel rough. They do feel rough, but down the road, you're gonna look back at it, laugh, and say, "Yeah, that was kind of scary, but I learned from it. I got stronger. I got better."
Portia, life magic.
Yeah. Since I am right there at the moment, would that be an arete roll?
Yes.
Touching and all, but we have a mission. I didn't say that, of course.
So that'd be a 3.
And your spheres are life and prime?
Yeah, I have 3 in life and 2 in prime.
So, Portia, as you're looking at them, you sense very, very, very weak life signals coming off of their bodies. Like, if you weren't looking for it, you probably wouldn't even see it. These very much resonate as matter patterns to you, not life patterns. Like, there is a scrap of life, though. There is some life to
Like
it.
a petri dish in the lab.
Yeah, this is not. This is very not like. This is what you would see from corpses, like immediately dead corpses, almost.
Yeah, they look like corpses.
So they're germs.
Oh my god.
If you're taking a technocracy view on it.
What if I'm not?
Is it like a unique signature that I could recognize later?
Yes. You know that these life patterns, these are the signatures of the souls inside of them.
Well, I have a whole bunch of stuff I need to do. I'll leave you guys to watching your show there. But if you ever, feel like you need to talk, just ask for Dr. Wainwright, and I'll be right over. And I head back out.
We're here to help with your with your mother.
Thank you. You've always been great for our family. We really appreciate it.
Cody's got a thin smile on his face, but it's a little obvious that he is not happy about this situation.
Big question.
Yes.
Where do they have dinner when they eat with Cody?
The dining room.
Which dining room?
The same dining room.
Sometimes it's at their place, sometimes it's at Cody's place, occasionally they go out, you know.
If it's ever been at Cody's place, then Reinhardt has probably met them as well.
So am I safely away from the kids and the mayor at this point?
You could have moved away, yeah. And yes, Reinhardt, you would have seen them before.
Okay.
Don't you ever make me freaking do that again. Oh my god, that was horrifying. Oh.
Cody, as you're there though too, you see the mayor's phone begins to ring. And he answers it. He looks at you guys and says, "Oh yes, go ahead."
Can I use correspondence to listen in?
Yes, you can. Make your air table.
Oof.
I think
5.
I think you heard.
You heard word of the bird.
He is all. One thing he is listening for in particular is what might be in the background of the other side. But of course, you know, the conversation itself as well.
I'm so sorry. Someone just broke in. I don't. Dear God, they just kept coming. They knocked out almost everyone that was here, and they took your wife, sir. I'm so sorry.
That's the call?
Yes. And you just see like the color drain out of his face. What do you mean?
He had color?
They took my wife. I don't know. I woke up just a few seconds ago, and the door was torn off of its hinges. He was just laying on the ground, and she was gone. We were already called the police, but I thought to call and let you know.
Where was she being held?
The psychiatric hospital here. The new one. It's a fairly decent place. It's kind of brand new. It only opened up in the last 2 years.
Okay, so it's not that one that's been closed down forever.
Nope. This is actually a good one. This is a cutting-edge, modern. Portia, you would be familiar with it because this is also tends to be a holdout / place that the progenitors work at in order to work on new medications for mental issues.
In other words, probably one of the clients that I sell to.
Yes. Like, you would know this place, like, the moment you heard the name, you would immediately recognize it. It's like, oh, I've been there a couple of times to visit and talk with a couple of the doctors.
Yeah, but I'm not the one who's listening into the call, though.
Yes, I know. I was just letting you know for the future. And he just kind of nods like, okay, just stay calm, work with them, and we'll figure this out. If it's ransom they want, we'll take care of it. All right. And then he just kind of hangs up and looks at you, Cody, and says, I would like some time alone. I need to talk to my kids about something, please.
Absolutely. If you need anything, of course, you know how to reach me.
Of course. Thank you, Cody. You've always been a great friend to our family.
And Cody is going to be very grateful to make a quick exit out of the building.
Yes, you can leave pretty easily.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun.
Once we're safely outside. Oh my god, I'm gonna be seeing those faces in my nightmares now.
I'm Leo was waiting outside for you guys to come out and just kind of looks at you. Those are actually some of the better ones I've seen.
Tell me that. I don't need to know that. Did you know that one of the first things they teach you about child psychology is eye contact?
Mm-hmm.
or lack of eye.
What are you supposed to have contact with if there's no eyes?
Exactly.
I see where you're going with this.
Be glad it wasn't a bundle of straw this time.
You ever tried to maintain a genuinely empathic tone when staring into the abyss? It's rather difficult.
I don't know. I can do it.
Well, that's because you're at home in the abyss. You don't count.
Very much so, yes.
It also depends on how drunk you are, too.
Drunk sounds good. Let's go do that.
Yeah, yeah, of course you would say that. I wish that I could say I'd prefer you sober, but I know that you work better when you're high on something.
Hey. Guilty.
I resemble that remark.
Resemblance of candy.
All right, so off to the Goblin Market, I guess, huh?
Was anybody able to eavesdrop on that call? That sounded very important.
Cody will speak up and relay what he heard.
Someone just broke in? State-of-the-art facility. So. Why wouldn't any alarms have gone off? They would.
They have a mage.
Natural.
Yeah, they have a mage.
Either a mage or insider knowledge.
There are
possibly even a fair folk.
There are.
Go ahead,
Cody.
Sim.
There are multiple ways to overcome alarms. What matters is that she is missing, and we need to find her. And we need to find the real mayor.
Agreed.
Well, it is very likely that she has been abducted by the same people, and her trail is much more fresh. I suggest we should go and investigate there first.
Agreed.
Right.
Actually, yes, the little hologram trick that we used earlier. Do you think we could use that in like semi-real time to pursue?
That would be possible to do.
Depends on if there is a mage.
He might realize, yes, but then you'd still have at least a bit of a trail.
Well, that's what we could do is we could try to duck around his perception.
Yes, you know he could be watching this time, so you know you could try to avoid it this time.
We keep our field of view to the very edges of the action, watching, feet, arms, things moving around the edges. Basically, never look directly at him.
I like this idea.
Slender rules. I gotcha.
Basically, yes.
And from the sounds of it, this was fairly recent. So looking back, that far is going to be, as far as time travel is concerned, fairly simple to do. You're only looking back like maybe an hour or two at most.
Well, let's keep it 1 hour and get a move on then. Unless anyone has any objections.
Sounds good.
Okay.
It doesn't take too long to take the limo out there to get there. Portia, thanks to your...
For the record.
Yes.
While, keeping up appearances with the limo is important for the, when he goes to the, mayor's house, Cody would actually call up, He would have had Ferris standing by with a less conspicuous vehicle.
Okay.
Let's get the tank.
That is fully easy to do, yes. So there would be a car waiting for you guys to take you over there.
And of course he'll have... So basically... he's got his driver, and then he'll have Ferris take the limo back to the manor, so...
Yep.
Unfortunately, the least conspicuous vehicle that you own is a Ford Model T.
Why can't you just own normal vehicles? What is it with rich people?
Gotta flex somehow.
The trappings of being rich are just as important as actually being rich. Or the appearance of being rich, rather.
I love how you guys have decided that Cody gets this stuff, and it's like, no.
It doesn't take long to get there. It's only like a 10-minute drive away. And Portia, you can get them right in, thanks to you. You know these people, and they know you. So, like,
yeah, potentially I would already have an access card.
Yes, you can easily just get everyone in. Even with the police, they've only cordoned off a very small area. The head doctor is one that you know, Portia. You know that he is also a technocrat. Dr. Roberts is his name. He's one of the head doctors at this place, and he's a decent guy. He very much takes his Hippocratic oath very seriously.
So yeah, I would just be flashing credentials to get past police and stuff until I can get to Roberts and just kind of pull him aside.
Portia, I didn't expect to see you here, and you brought some friends. What is it? What can I help you with? We're dealing with a bit of an issue here, but I can make time for you.
We're here about the issue.
He pauses for a moment and seems to consider that before you see his demeanor kind of change a little bit and become more serious as he nods. I see. You know anything about what happened? We're still trying to get any information we can. I was not here when this went on, and all of the tapes and cameras were either short-circuited or erased.
We're all but certain that this kidnapping is directly connected to something else that we're currently investigating. I'm not sure whether I can get into details regarding it, but we may have a means at our disposal to track down the people who did this using non-conventional methods, which we would need a degree of privacy for.
He nods slightly. Yes. It is somewhat unorthodox. However, this is a bit of an emergency, and well, normally I would not condone such things. With the person who was taken, you get the distinction that he's not mentioning who it was because he does not necessarily want anyone to overhear what it is. We cannot afford time to bicker on semantics and such. I can get you a room to do whatever it is you need to do. We must ensure that word of this does not get out.
Obviously.
I already have my people working to try to slow down the rumor mill as it is, to make sure that we can muddle the waters as much as we can. But if you have a lead to possibly follow them, well, it's going to be at least a few more hours before we can get any team out here at the moment. There's been issues going on at other locations that are currently have called them out of service.
Well, then let us give you a head start. I'm sure that you're read into us, what we can do, how we do it. You're perfectly welcome to observe, and we'll share any information we have so that when your team arrives, you'll be able to get them up to speed faster.
I would appreciate that. Yes. Come. I know a room that we can use that we should not be disturbed at. And he will lead you to a very, very clean, sterile laboratory. Whatever it is you need to do, feel free to do it here. I would be happy to observe.
Everyone, before entering the laboratory, make sure to put on the booties. EVS gets very upset if people enter the sterile areas with dirty shoes. You have no idea.
She's right.
Having IRL worked EVS before, this is a sticking point. You will put on those damn booties.
Yeah.
Here we don't need clean suits for this?
Not quite
As
that.
long as you're not entering any of the...
Can I just learn prestidigitation?
I was gonna say, can Cody just use correspondence to, move all of the bad things off of his shoes elsewhere?
Sterilize everybody.
Why not do your whole body and all of us? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. What
Instant
about that?
decon.
Alas, this laboratory is not equipped with the sonic showers.
No.
Well,
Use
but Cody is.
Shower.
Yeah, Cody has that.
Sonic shower.
Just warp all the bacteria and stuff to another place. Just warp it outside.
Wait, you have a sonic shower installed into your supercomputer?
Oh,
why not?
Fascinating. How did you do that? I simply must know. Now you've met the technocrat to mage translation.
Excellent.
But no, I just magic the material off of me. So use a sonic shower in order to move the particles from one area to another. Fascinating. And you have a program within this computer that allows you to do so. How does this function?
We take the bacteria and push it somewhere else.
Teleportation.
To the best of my knowledge, I think it uses a phased array of electromagnetic and sonic emitters in order to create a cone to corral everything and then kind of shove it.
Unfortunately, you see, that is my own registered property.
Proprietary knowledge.
Proprietary knowledge.
So it's not a phased array.
I'm not able to actually divulge that information.
$5 million.
Oh my god. Chump change.
Your money, that is pocket change for me. So
You see him pull out his phone, start tabbing a few keys, looks at you, lifts his phone up, looks back down. Your own Marten reserve.
I already have one.
While they're having this discussion, I'm just casually preparing the watch.
Yeah, let's do that.
2, and we will have a theme park built to Martens.
Wait a minute. How long have you been observing us? How do you know about his Marten obsession?
I mean,
It's easy to look up.
Yeah, it would be very easy.
That's why it's like, pulls up his cell phone, brings it up, takes a picture of Cody, runs facial recognition, looks back down.
I gotta order dinner. I'll be right back.
Okay. Sees what he wants, what he likes. Let the negotiations begin. I want this technology.
I am a private investigator.
Could Cody even actually give that to them?
Theoretically, yes.
Because it falls into the crossover between the two, so yeah.
Yes,
True.
they could learn how to do that. They would still require the spheres to do it, but they could use your technology as their own. Yes, that is fully possible.
Cody is fully aware that it is not just strictly, it is very much powered by magic. Right?
Well, no. For you do have technology. Like, you do have, actual technology that does this for you. Like, you have a little emitter that actually projects out the 3D image of the house, and then you're using your software to help you view the traces of previous movement and then rewind to basically predict what actually happened. Your magic is rooted specifically in technology.
Okay.
Yes, your magic is very much like the technocrats because your group used to be part of the technocrats before they left.
I have the chrono key ready. It's calibrated, just awaiting the renderer.
You have a temporal renderer there as well?
I'm using a chrono key as a how to put it, a matrix, which he can then run the renderer through in order to render past events in real time.
all that in this that wrist-mounted device?
Not all of it. I'm just holding up the watch.
I see. I'm not used to a watch having Wi-Fi.
It doesn't have Wi-Fi. It projects a temporal field.
Wait, have you not heard of a smartwatch?
Fascinating.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you not heard of a smartwatch?
No, okay. To be fair, this is ye old Victorian pocket watch. So
yeah, that's what he meant. He's like, I'm not used to a pocket watch having Wi-Fi.
Okay, to put this into words that you would be familiar with, the watch projects a temporal field that locks onto the time period that we're looking at. His software is then able to visually render physical items that were present during that time period. And then he will use his own abilities, which I'm not quite sure how they work, to manually page forward and backward until we find the exact moment that we're looking for.
See. Fascinating. As you see him pull out his cell phone again to start typing. So we find dissertation. Oh yes, apologies. Yes, continue your work. I'm just going to take notes here.
I'm ready to make the Arate roll whenever.
Yep, everyone make your Arate rolls. They're doing this.
I need a moment. My computer's freaking out. Oh, that's why. I accidentally opened Spotify.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm gonna reveal that.
You do have a reroll.
Anyone mind if I take it?
Go ahead.
Come on, something better. Ah, see, I'm doing better on the second roll. I don't understand what the hell's all that. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! All right.
Oh my god.
That's better.
Okay, what's the difficulty on this? 7?
7 right now.
All right.
You get an Arate of 1.
Wait, how are you helping Reinhardt?
Oh, I
Moral
thought we were all rolling Arate.
You said everybody.
My apologies. I meant to say everyone who is helping with this.
Yeah.
All right, Reinhardt just saying there was his little notepad where you take notes.
All right. Yes. You are able to bring up the projection again, Alexis. And you guys working together are able to follow through with this.
And sighting along the periphery, of course, and the new technique that divined.
Yes. You can see Avarice and Major and Minor are coming through these hallways. They are just taking down anyone that gets in their way. Like, it's not even a contest. They are an unstoppable force meeting very movable objects.
What was the name of that doctor that we're working with?
Roberts.
Alexis, could you pause it here?
Okay.
Roberts, can you run facial recognition on these? See if they popped up anywhere else in your observations.
Yes, let me see what I can do. It may take a little bit of time to get full feedback, so do continue.
All right, carry on.
All right, continuing.
This is just these poor orderlies, these poor doctors, these poor visitors. It's just a freaking massacre. Though surprisingly, they don't kill anyone.
That's worth noting.
And you see them arrive at the door to a room. And Major just grabs the handle of the door with one beefy fist and just rips the entire door and flings it off. And inside, you can see a woman sitting in a corner. It looks like right now she's in a padded cell at the moment. And here you can see her whole body is emaciated. Her hair looks like straw, and her eyes are just an empty, dark void as her mouth opens in a void of almost terror as she stands up and pushes back against the wall as Major and Minor just walk in and one just grabs her and begins dragging her out as she screams.
She was already a fetch.
That's what I was thinking.
This means either there's
It
two
has
parties
been.
either there's two parties at work here, or they were recovering their doppelganger.
Or it's all been staged.
No, they wouldn't go through this just to retrieve. There are ways of getting back your fetch easier than that.
Yeah, all you need is a phone call to tell it come home.
Unless it's trapped in a mental institution.
A fair folk could easily get the gentry could just. You guys know how easy it is for Domino just to pop up and do something.
Just a quick little aside here. I've worked at a hospital IRL. You do not want to know how porous security is if you know the in and outs. If you have insider knowledge, you can just walk right into a hospital.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm part of the family.
I've worked security at airports. You would not believe how easy it is to actually slip by it if you know what you're doing.
No, that I would believe.
It's terrifying.
It really is. Like, a few years, several years ago, my mom and I were flying, and she had just had surgery, and she was on this knee scooter thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even check the scooter at all. And it's like, you could easily hide all sorts of things in that little scooter.
Yikes.
I will say,
you could hide an entire party in that thing.
I will say, for actual security measures that we're supposed to take, they are supposed to check that entire thing.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like, yes, I'm sure they're supposed to.
But so many scooters come through every day, so you can't,
doesn't matter.
Check all of them.
Yes, we do. Yes, you do.
You're supposed to, but we went through 4 different security checkpoints each way, and not a single one of them even glanced at the scooter. They just moved it through a little gate off to the side and had her hop through the scanning, the metal detector, or whatever the newfangled one is actually called.
Kidney scanner.
I was watching out of curiosity, and they did not even check that at all.
Yeah, no, they should have checked that. That is security rule number 1.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when I went through the airport, I ended up getting additional screening because the detector picked up the metal clip in my bra.
Well, they were doing their job there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way an AIT works is it doesn't actually look for like anything metal. It actually picks up things that are raised against the body that possibly shouldn't be there. That's why it set it off. The clip pushed off from your skin, so the machine picked that up, and it could be a foreign object, which means we have to check it to clear it.
Yeah, it was a foreign object. It was my undergarments.
That is,
like I said, that was enough for additional screening.
Well, the thing is, we have cases of people hiding knives there.
Yeah.
So we have to check it to clear it because, 95% of the time it's going to be nothing. But
that 5%.
There could be something, so we just have to check just to be certain.
The one time that you don't check is when that plane ends up buried in a building somewhere.
Yep.
So, it's...
Okay, so back to the game. So we had three theories. Another faction, retrieving the fetch, or all staged.
And as they're going to pick her up, I'm going to use my staff and my prime magic to whack Minor on the head.
Wait, what?
Hello?
Wait, this is just a viewing, isn't it?
I'm
You
using
are-
prime magic.
He's using Prime, which reinforces the reality. He's using your time as a... You may make the attack.
Warren, no!
Oh my god.
I'm barely holding on to this thing.
For the record,
And
we do have another reroll.
You may make your swing at him.
Yeah, I rolled a 1, though. I only got 1 arete on this. I'm barely holding on to it.
This would be a weapon. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
If we wanted to tell him that we were looking at him, this is going to be a pretty good hint. But carry on.
Yeah, I'll let you make a brawl plus dexterity roll. Dex plus brawl.
Is it Warren or Alexis that's the druggie?
That's me.
Who's
Alexis.
me?
Alexis.
Okay, what's that? Because I struggle with the voices.
Sorry. And druggy is a very pejorative term. I would appreciate mind expansionist, if you'd be so kind. Appreciate.
And I would appreciate you not tapping into my supplies, but we can't have everything we want now, can we?
That sounds very much like a Cult of Ecstasy member. That's something they would say.
Mm-hmm. Man, how'd you get... Damn.
It's not drug abuse, it's drug utilization.
Mm-hmm.
That is a bonk.
Let me just continue with this.
What's your strength?
My strength is a 3.
Yikes.
And
it's cold iron? Oh no!
Oh dear.
If you remember.
Oh!
If I get paradox from this, I swear to God.
No, I just want to say real quick, I remember before we took session 1, Warren told me that he got a cold iron staff, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's never going to come up. That's never really going to be important.
Oh dear.
The wrinkle shows up. I'm just going to go, he did it.
Kurt?
Yes?
What other little details did you think were unimportant that Toshime has wanted to bring in our games?
No,
because they are all very important.
Yep.
No, it's just like, okay, Warren, do you want a cold iron staff? Sure, that's fine. You can get that. You have...
Kerr, remember
Yes.
that over in the Ascent to Ascend game, I managed to completely and totally bypass a really big puzzle by shoving a pepper grinder into the gears of the machine. Never underestimate what the players can do.
So that's that. You get to roll 13 dice, and he does not get to soak
Holy
this.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no. We're gonna cause a time paradox.
Uh-huh. Now you're just gonna really hurt one of them, but there's still Major and
Oh dear God.
oh my goodness. Damn.
Give me a moment here, real quick.
Look whose body's in the hospital still.
Yeah.
Give me a second, real quick.
Are we just gonna is the air just going to fracture Doctor Strange style, and now suddenly he's sitting there on the floor?
Completely insensate? Yes, sounds about right.
Now, if you remember, you got punched in the face.
Yep.
We're using multiple mages, so this is easier.
I'm tempted to break the link as soon as Warren makes this move.
Does anyone have that bonk stock sound effect?
Sorry, give me just 1 second.
I would look for one on Blurp, but unfortunately, I I never know what they actually will sound like.
Joke.
So
Fair enough.
You can preview them.
no,
There you
I
go, this will
cannot.
work.
Actually, I got one that I think would work better. Where is it?
Looking for that old cartoon, like that old cartoony boom sound effect.
How's this
Yeah,
work?
Oh. Hey!
Yeah, it's
there
nice
it
and
was.
one.
Okay, well, that worked too. Thank you, Tanya.
The synchronizing with the card there actually came up perfect.
Actually, FYI, I don't see your avatar anymore on the stream.
Wait, who's
That's
avatar?
because it's a D&D game.
Hey, so I'm going
Oh,
to share a
okay.
little
Oh.
GIF here. Just imagine this being his staff and what happens.
Oh no.
I shared in the Horizon Lost Mage.
Oh dear.
This is so unbelievably over the top.
Boom!
This is what happens when you roll that many successes with a
Jeez.
prime enhanced attack.
Oh my god.
You cannot escape from the time police.
Hmm.
So, did he just get bonked through space and time? Is he like unconscious on the
Yep.
floor now?
No, his head isn't there anymore.
Oh Jesus!
No, technically, his head is there. In fact, so is all of him, just in two pieces.
No, his head isn't there anymore.
Like
Prime deletes it.
His head
no.
doesn't exist anymore.
His head got deleted.
Good
Yes.
job.
Click, drag, delete.
Yeah, I
So
think
the-
I might break the link right now.
Okay, yeah. The moment that
Real quick, everyone. Could everyone roll me their highest sphere plus their arete, please?
Oh
Using
no.
fear?
Portia, Warren, Alexis, and Cody. I need you to
So
get
that'd
you
be-
guys to roll this, please.
That'd be +4 for me. Is that 7?
When you say fear, do you mean intimidate?
No, your sphere.
Sphere,
The highest sphere.
Sphere. With an S in front of it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a willpower to reroll that.
4.
Okay.
My rerolls seem to be doing well here.
I've got 4. Can I burn a
That's better.
quintessence for an auto success to make that a 5?
If you want to.
I am burning a quintessence.
I am also
Reinhardt's
going to
taking
do
notes.
a reroll.
Reinhardt taking notes, and he was killed at the scene of the crime.
So yeah, in the instant that he goes Gallagher on that guy's melon, I would have terminated the connection, just as a safety precaution, because he just created a
Yeah.
massive time paradox.
I know, right? What is the first rule with time viewing? Don't fuck with it.
It is a window,
Okay,
not a
real quick.
door.
Hey,
Hi,
Portia.
Wrinkle.
Portia. Please put on your character sheet 12 points of paradox.
Jesus fucking Christ.
At least it wasn't me.
Alexis, 14 for you.
God damn it!
Cody, 10. And
I didn't
Warren,
do anything!
17.
Warren 18,
Warren, 17.
17.
I believe I'm hearing the war cries of the time spiders.
So I only have 15 spots.
Yeah, you lose your quintessence if you have it.
Oh, okay. Well, how am I
Oh,
supposed to
wait.
keep track of that?
Okay, so wait.
You just
so
erase the quintessence and add in the paradox.
Yeah, kind of hard to do that. I had 5 quintessence. What did you say for me?
So-
16?
So can I soak one of these points of paradox with a point of quintessence?
Oh, that's true. I have my little thingy. I have my thingy of paradox absorbing.
Yes, you can shunt the point of paradox over
you
into
damn
that.
well bet I am going to shunt my paradox that I didn't even create.
All right, so wait. So can I do that? Because I still had a point of quintessence left. Can I
No,
soak that?
no. The paradox just gets rid of it and takes its place.
That's
So
what
how
I'm
much
saying,
was it
it's
for
like
me again?
Alexis, you were 14.
That's what I'm saying. Is it one less point of paradox because of the quintessence?
No, they
that
don't.
was present?
They don't cancel each other out. The paradox just takes it over.
Oh my god.
So I just want to say real quick, you did an amazing job dealing with one of my bosses.
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
Yeah.
But now you're paying the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you only summoned an archangel the last time you did it. I'm sure nothing bad will happen this time.
We did successfully terminate the connection, right?
I certainly friggin' hope so.
And I have a hey, Alexis, could I have a
oh my god. No. What?
Can I have an Arete roll from you?
Oh my god.
You
Oh wait,
break
no,
my
I'm sorry.
things.
Disregard that one. I gotta do 4. Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot better. I'm glad I fucked that up. Oh, I'm glad I fucked that up.
Hey, Alexis.
Yes.
There's someone watching you.
Yeah, no shit. Okay. Alexis is gonna suddenly look really, really paranoid.
Yeah, he's looking kind of annoyed. He's just kind of looking at he looks at the body laying on the ground, looks up at you, back into the
I thought we broke
body.
the connection.
No, it's still there.
Oh god.
But it's not coming from you this time.
Oh god.
And he just kind of like goes like, he lifts his hands and go like, you get the distinct sense this is, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, so holds up my hands like it wasn't fucking me.
Can the rest of us see this?
You see him cross his arms and just kind of tilt his head. It's like, really?
Can the rest of us see this?
No.
Okay, so since I'm not seeing this, but the connection has been severed, at least to the best of my knowledge, has been severed.
No, it hasn't.
It's still open. You just don't see him. The connection is still there. You just don't see anyone.
So I can't close it then.
You tried, but something's keeping it open from the other side.
I'm gonna try to portray innocence through arm motions.
Just everyone points at Warren.
Yeah. I'm just gonna point off screen to somebody.
You get the distinct sense the camera is moving before it moves back to you, and he just like, really?
Hold up my hands like, yeah.
Bruh.
This was an information gathering mission, and it has now turned into a time paradox mission. So I'm sorry.
Bruh moment.
He points at you. He points at you, and you feel like you are being judged.
The finger of condemnation.
Again, I'm gonna try to move the finger to I mean, oh my god.
So I'm going to attempt to forcefully close the connection if I can.
What do you think I was trying to do?
Like at least try to knock it out of phase or something.
Make an Arete roll, Portia.
I am confused again.
Why are you confused?
So, who is currently judging Alexis?
The person who he saw before.
The black, or at least the individual, the mage.
Did I succeed?
Portia? You see this person now looking at Alexis, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Really? and then he looks over at you when you see him, and he's just like, he kind of waves a hand to you and then back to Alexis, and then points it towards Warren. It's like, you let him do this? Really?
Nobody
is a strong word.
Nobody lets Toshime do anything.
This was totally not my fault.
Is this a verbal exchange or purely gesticulation?
Purely gestures.
Gestures. We can't hear anything, apparently.
I'm just pointing at Warren like, him!
You see him look down at the body and just kind of swipe his hand, and all of the blood, gore, and the body just vanishes. And then he just, like, points up, and it's like... Wait, he actually pulls out his phone, brings out the little notepad on it, and just types out on it before holding him. It's like, it's going to take me so long to bring him back to life. I hope you're happy with yourselves. I had a weekend planned.
Two can play this game. I am texting.
I'm whooping up my phone and texting. Totally not my fault. Didn't know he was going to do this. And
okay, you see him typing. Does the term "talking" mean anything to you?
He didn't mention any of this.
And you bashed his head in and unmade it.
I didn't do
it. You facilitated it.
I did. We're spying on you. Information gathering.
Cody is putting in pseudo kill on his computer, so he can just terminate it. He isn't sure why the other two are completely obsessed with their phones right now, but...
Or they keep showing texts to somebody who's not there.
Yeah.
You can make an irritate roll. But Alexis, while this is going on, it's like, does this look like information gathering to you? Or do we have a very different definition of this?
Again, just the utter, gesticulation of, I didn't know he was going to do this.
Okay. We were information gathering.
Yes.
He acted rogue, and he is going to get the crap kicked out of him as soon as we close this portal.
2 fingers pointing.
I see you're figuring out something. Do I need to bonk it? Lifting up my staff.
No.
More
bonking.
I am going to mag swap the paintball gun from the tranquilizers to the mace and just keep it pointed at Warren.
Cody, you tried to cut the connection and the program isn't responding.
Power cycling his phone. He's power cycling.
You try, it doesn't turn off.
Oh dear.
You click the off button, it doesn't turn off.
He disconnects the battery.
It's still running.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
And it's like, okay, that's the way you want to play this. Fine. I had a really nice weekend planned. I was really looking forward to it. And then you just went and caused this headache for me. Fine. Fine. Before he just kind of swipes his hand and the connection ends.
What the fuck?
Warren? There's a difference between a door and a window.
Warren, I just want to say real quick, I fucking love you, and that was amazing and great.
That was pretty amazing, I gotta say. Yeah. Out of character, this is great. In character, what the
I
fuck,
just shot you in the crotch with the mace.
It's like, out of character, this is fucking fantastic and amazing.
Yes.
In character, what did you do?
What the fuck did you do?
Serious though, I'm incrementing my ammo count down by 1. I shot him in the freaking crotch with the mace paintball. He deserves it.
Yeah. Agreed.
So if I'm following correctly, we went back in time, saw the guys, used Prime Magic to delete one's head, the other one...
we looked back in time.
We created a vision back through time of which you used Prime Magic to attack one and delete their head. The other one got pissed off, saw you through the time magic, and started texting you on
this
your
is the
phone?
mage.
The mage
The
saw
other
you
one-
through it.
The
The other
mage.
one was
continued
like,
along throughout
the
this
other one
portion
just
time
broke
as
out in
normal.
tears and started crying and hugging the body, and just like utter like sadness and despair before the mage just made his body go away.
Done. Well done.
Okay, and then the mage saw
Basically-
us and figured
yeah.
out our phone number?
No, that he was literally like lifting his phone up to you guys, like through a camera, so you
He's
could
using it
read
like a
it.
speech assistant.
Teach my hamster
He
to
had
suck
subtitles.
eggs.
He was using subtitles to communicate through the screen.
There's an influence.
So, Warren, perhaps you can explain to the technocrat what lack of professionalism he just witnessed?
So instead of actually retaliating, he just spoke to us through his phone,
Pretty much.
even though we know he can retaliate.
Yes.
Interesting.
Indeed.
That's a bit of information we gathered, and we also incapacitated one of his minions. He said that it'll take him a
Sent the
long time.
influence.
I
He
accept
said
that.
it'll take him.
A long time to resurrect him, yeah. I got that part.
Yeah.
So that one's not even necessarily dead, we just kind of made his head not there for
We
a
put
bit.
him in the timeout box.
Yeah,
He said-
we do know that time magic can reverse the damage, so
As he said, "You're going to take my entire weekend from me. I hope you're happy." I
Very.
had plans.
And then one of us shot him in the dick with a mace?
no.
No, I shot Warren in the dick with the mace.
Ah.
Warren being the one that did this terrible thing.
By the way, there is blood on your staff, Warren.
And what's the doctor think when he sees this?
Give it a little lick.
Pulls
I hope
out
that's not what the doctor
phone.
thinks.
Tell me everything. Wait. Hang on. He taps his phone, puts it down. Okay. Now I'm ready.
There was a third party, a ringleader of sorts, who was able to hijack the connection after Warren decided to abuse it.
I don't know if abuse is a powerful enough word for this.
I'm going to be lucky if I don't explode later.
And
Yes, it was very nice knowing all of you.
Mm-hmm.
the doctor wants to know what's going on. I'm in Order of Hermes.
Ah,
That should be enough explanation for you.
yes.
I don't get it.
That's the group he's a part of.
Yeah, I figured that much, but
I'm
what-
the opposite of the technocrats.
Mm-hmm. He's the old school mages.
The ones that would be casting fireball down the street if Paradox wouldn't kill us first.
Yes.
Wish you had done that to the mage instead of the lowest underling.
I know you're talking about a mage, but I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, he hasn't
Well,
actually
he
seen the
saw
mage, only
us.
heard him. By the way, there is a note on the laboratory.
Warren, the next time that you risk causing a time paradox that could potentially rip us violently out of reality, tear us into multiple small pieces spread across years of time to live eternal torture, could you maybe give us a heads up? Or maybe ask permission?
I think Wrinkle would give us a heads up first.
You guys, there's a note on the table that wasn't there just a second ago.
What does it say?
I pick it up.
Hello, fuckers! Thank you so much for ruining my weekend. My son's birthday was going to be going on, and I was actually going to be able to visit him for once. And now I'm going to be having to work overtime to bring that fucker back because someone went and deleted his head from reality. Somehow. You're not sure how? You are hearing this in uppercase. You don't know how, but somehow you are hearing it in uppercase.
How is he screaming at us through a sticky note?
I don't know.
This is magic I haven't seen before. I need to study this.
I just want to say, really, like, I can get the information stuff. I get that. I get you might be researching, trying to find out, stop them. Look, I get that. I can respect that.
Ron's got
The
himself a
fuck
howler.
though? Attacking through time? Do you have any idea how much paperwork that's going to make me have to do? Seriously. Like, I am going to be up to my fucking neck.
So right now, what I'm imagining is literally
The howler.
like the Star Wars, the beginning scroll of text. And it's all just on this sticky note, and we are reading it, and it's just scrolling the text along this little itty-bitty sticky note.
Basically, yes. Look.
No, it's...
Look, I was going to offer you a deal because I was interested in you.
I just posted it in the Horizon Lost Mage. That's
we
what
have
we're
another
dealing with right
reroll,
now.
by the way.
Good.
Like, I was trying to be nice. I was even going to see about offering you guys a deal since you guys seem to know what you were doing. No. Seriously. The fuck? Honestly. There's no one follows the old rules anymore. Okay, you know what? Look, I cleaned up the mess. Made sure that the time stream wouldn't get fucked up from your guys' time stream to mine. So, you're welcome. And, look, you want to find out what the hell is going on? I left an address here at the bottom of the notes. Follow there, and there should be a way that you can get into where we are. Feel free to come if you want. I really don't give a shit. My weekend's already ruined. I don't really have anything better to do. I hope you're happy with yourself. I really do. End of note.
Oh dear. And my dinner just got here, so. Well, Warren, what are you going to do about this?
You want to open that time stream so I can bap him instead?
No!
Part of me kind of wants to open the time stream just to watch him get counter-bonked, but part of me also doesn't want to get bonked by a wrinkle fighter.
Yeah, we're all basically useless now, or the three of us at least.
I want to go home, and I want to find something to bite down on, and then hope that I don't detonate.
Oh, we're fine.
That whole discharging and paradox thing, can we do that as a group, or is that worse than trying to do it individually?
Paradox does what Paradox wishes. This much Paradox, though, in one area, yeah, you might want to be careful.
Listen, my friends. I've got another investigations that I must be doing. I'm going to go be doing that whenever you deal with all your paradox.
Yeah, I think it'd be best for you to maintain a minimum safe distance. What's the blast radius on 1 kiloton?
It's adorable that you think it might be only 1 kiloton.
Exactly.
I'm an optimist. I can hear you talking shit over there, God.
Don't worry, we're going to the goblin market soon. We can trade our paradox away.
Go to the middle. Go to the middle of the goblin market and just undo the paradox there. Let what happens happen.
Give me away.
Like, oh yeah, that's just a terror bombing.
I've got a bomb. If you don't tell me what I want, Paradox
I
will
am
do
a
whatever
bomb.
it
Ethereal
deems.
influence.
I've got this one for you, Woe.
Whoa.
Yes, there is an address. It looks like it's under a.
The hell?
What the fuck?
I'll send the
Yeah.
influence to Kerr, but I hope that was acceptable to you, Woe. For that influence.
Uh-oh.
As you
I
guys
forgot about
are
Stream Raiders.
as you guys are looking over the map, it looks like it's to an old bridge in the old part of town. It's underneath the bridge is where it's pointing to.
There's an address for the underside of a bridge?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Directions to it, at least.
Okay, that sounds better.
And yes, that's where the note says to go.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's welcome to go do that. I'm gonna go home. I need to de-paradox.
By the way, there's another note.
Oh, God.
I really hope you come. I know where your tree lives.
Oh no!
You know, in character, are we aware of, Paradox? Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we are basically walking time bombs right now. We could simply
Literal
just
time.
go over to this location and, if he tries to do anything, well, we unleash the paradox.
Not usually only happen to us, not necessarily others around us.
Depends on the paradox and how much there is. The more it is, the more collateral damage tend to happen.
Oh, okay.
Depends, though.
If the roll of the dice for each of us, is he willing to roll that many dice? Depending on what the collateral is.
True.
Yeah, Paradox does not take kindly to you guys. And
But he would also know that we can't do much without causing even more paradox.
Yeah, but mages tend to get caught in the blowback. So if he's a mage, it's very likely the paradox will go after him if he's in your general vicinity with that much paradox.
Yeah, if the paradox lets loose and everything magically inclined in a 100-foot radius turns into cardboard, that would include him. That is very inconvenient.
It is basically showing up with an assurance that he's not going to try anything and actually just talk.
Good point.
I mean,
unless Major has something to say.
It is a dynamite vest. It is very much a dynamite vest.
It very much is, yes. All right, well, that's...
We should be heading off to the bridge.
Yep, I guess so.
All right, let's go.
Lord help us.
And watch out for the troll under the bridge.
Warren, if I let go of this paradox and death is imminent, I'm going to grab you as I go.
Human shield.
And I think, since we only have 8 minutes left, I think this is a very good ending spot for us.
I think so, too.
I hope you guys like the mage that Toshime introduced with the donation goal. He was actually going to be a possible ally if you met him later.
Good job, Warren.
I seriously find myself wondering, though, how was Warren able to ignore the mace on his crotch?
Mage.
Clothing.
He has prime magic.
Are you sure it's mace?
This is also true.
Just turns it into harmless water on contact.
You actually hit him with the with the wrong one.
Don't
We're just gonna
teach
leave
my
it at that.
hamster to suck eggs.
We got another influence.
Wait. There was an influence pertaining to which paintball I hit him with?
No.
No.
Okay.
I wonder. So what's your guys' current theory on what's going on? I'm really curious.
I got nothing.
We've got an influence here.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if you want that to be a higher level, though.
That will not be possible to do. Paradox can't do that. It's an all or nothing
Paradox
thing.
Can't do.
Paradox will always go off in an all or nothing thing. That's why it's always wise to get rid of it when there's only a little bit. The problem is you don't always know how much you have. Like, there's no in character. It's like you can feel like a tautness to you, but you don't actually know how many points you directly have.
But if it's a really high number like that, you can tell. Like, you got this sinking pit in your stomach. You're like, oh, this is gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, you can feel like I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
You ever just feel like you're rotated in the fourth dimension?
So, Tanya, you know how you're saying that you have a lot of paradox?
I don't want to hear it, Mr. Thumpy.
14 points here.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, Mr. Thumpy. I have been abused and violated.
I'm looking real quick for something. A good example of describing this. Mage, I'm gonna do this. Reality, you really shouldn't. Mage, I'm gonna do it anyway. Paradox arrives.
Paradox just
And I knew I only had a limited amount of window to do that before you guys closed it or the other mage saw.
Well, thank you for your expert timing.
One of the rules for Paradox, I just want to tell you guys real quick. Now, if a mage happens to earn 5 or more Paradox in one go, whenever the storyteller feels like it should be an appropriate time, such as right before the mage is about to do something epic or stupid, or preferably epically stupid, then the storyteller should call for a Paradox backlash check if they would like.
Basically, when you've got that much tension on it, it can spontaneously snap.
Yep.
Most of us have 3 times that, so super.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man well in taste.
All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us so far today on the stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. That was Horizon Lost World of Darkness Mage. We're going to be switching over now to Ascent to Ascend Dungeons and Dragons. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the streams around. And thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. You guys are the ones that keep this channel alive. I cannot do this without your help and support. And of course, all of you so much for coming by and hanging out with us having you guys in the chat and talking with us and such is so very appreciated. But for now, thank you again for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Duke.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bonk.
Nice to meet you.